How do you build interactive games with JavaScript? Imagine turning your ideas into fun, playable games right inside your web browser. It might sound tricky, but with JavaScript, it becomes a lot easier. Let's walk through how to do it step by step. First, you need to understand some core JavaScript concepts like variables, which store data, and functions, which perform actions. Loops help you repeat tasks, and event handling lets your game respond to user actions like clicks or key presses. These basics are the building blocks for game logic. Next, you create a visual space for your game using the HTML5 canvas element. This is a special area on your web page where you can draw shapes, images, and animations. You access this canvas with JavaScript by getting its drawing context, usually called TOOD, which allows you to draw and animate graphics frame by frame. To start building your game, set up your development environment. You can use a simple code editor like Visual Studio Code or an online platform such as CodePen. Then, add the canvas element to your web page, giving it specific dimensions like 800 pixels wide and 600 pixels tall. This size provides enough space for most small games. Now define your game objects. These are JavaScript variables or objects that representing players, enemies, or obstacles. For example, a player object might have properties like position, size, and speed. You can then write functions to update these objects, positions, and check for interactions. For example, moving the player when arrow keys are pressed or checking if a player hits an obstacle. To make your game interactive, add event listeners for keyboard or mouse inputs. When a key is pressed, your game can respond by moving a character or firing a weapon. To animate movement smoothly, use the requestAnimationFrame function, which updates the game screen many times per second. This creates fluid motion and real-time responses. Collision detection is key for gameplay. You write code to check if two objects overlap, like a player touching an enemy or collecting an item. When a collision happens, you can update scores, trigger sounds, or end the game. Keep your code organized by separating different parts into functions or modules, which makes it easier to expand later. Finally, test your game often. Play it to find bugs and see how it feels. Adjust controls, speeds, or graphics as needed. You can build simple games like a bouncing ball, a maze, or a jumping platformer with just JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. For more advanced projects, add features like scrolling backgrounds or enemy movement patterns. Mastering JavaScript core concepts like variables, functions, loops, and event handling is essential because they control game logic and interactivity. Using the HTML5 canvas allows you to draw and animate game elements directly in the browser. This makes your games accessible on many devices without extra downloads. By following these steps and practicing regularly, you can create engaging, playable games that run smoothly in web browsers and help you learn more about JavaScript and web development.